Good evening and welcome to the February 18th, 2025 Board of Select Persons meeting. Please join us with the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I look for a motion to approve the February 10th meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion to accept the warrants.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Would someone read the announcements, please?
The planning board will meet on Wednesday, February 26th at 7 p.m. instead of the 19th. And the select board will meet on Monday, February 24th at 7 p.m. The next semi-quincentennial meeting for the town's 250th anniversary will be Wednesday, February 26th at 6 p.m. at the new fire station. They are currently looking for groups such as the Scouts, churches, etc. to participate in the event. Please reach out to Lisa LePage for any information or please attend the next meeting. You may reach Lisa at 651-1594 or llepage6@yahoo.com. The March vote will be held on Friday, March 14th from 8 to 8 p.m. Absentee ballots are now available. The warrant questions are available to view on the town website, or a copy is available from the town clerk. The Historical Society will have goodies to sell that day. You can bring something to donate as well. Make sure to stop by and buy a goodie. The sand salt mixture is available for Limerick residents in the back parking lot of the Brick Town Hall. And the appeals board has 3 vacant seats to fill. Please reach out to the select board admin if interested at 793-4475. And as a reminder, if you're speaking at any meeting, please go to the microphone so everyone will be able to hear. And as part of the hearing of citizens policy, no personal attacks on any individual or firm, including town employees, town officials, or members of the public, will be tolerated during any meetings. Please direct concerns about individual employees or town officials to the chairman of the Board of Select Persons outside the public meeting. And please stay current with town information by visiting www.limerickme.org.
Thank you. For department reports, we have on here Stan and Casey Gray. I don't see Casey or Stan here. We'll move on. We got an email from Amy Harris from the Lake Arrowhead Advisory Committee, just informing us that the Board of Trustees have met and they discussed the issue at their meeting on Saturday. They're requesting that the town refrain from selling any lots on the paper roads. They're sending language to their attorney for review, and they asked us to share the state mandate that the town is following regarding the sales of the town-owned lots, just to help their board understand the process more. So Alicia or Stan could probably send that information over. So. On to old business, review of legal accounts. There was one in there from Bernstein Schur for the planning board. That is the only one that was in there from what I saw.
No, there's one from our regular.
Yeah.
There were 2.
Okay.
Bernstein Shore, and there was Jensen Bag. Bernstein Shore was 787. And Jensen Baird was 1,797. So 2,600 total, roughly.
All right. Okay. Cemetery mowing, veterans, and cemetery committee, there's nothing new on that. There's nothing new on the garden liability waiver. Gil is working on that, and he is not here tonight. Alicia, do you have any update on the Code of Ethics?
So I sent it all to department heads, every employee. I have been getting them back, so I will stay on top of that each week, and hopefully at some point we'll have them all.
All right, thank you. And the Bricktown Hall accessibility policy?
So you have your copy So the email, I put an email attachment with the policy. You'll see that now if we've completed our requirements for DOJ, there's some changes or modifications that we can make to this policy now that we have on that. So I did bring it back. I know we had talked about it last week, but we didn't really cover this aspect of it.
And everything was done that the DOJ
So
requested?
the sign was one of them, the van sign and the handicap spot that has been put up, or had been put up. We do have pictures of that. The ramp, that was the big thing, which we did complete.
Okay.
So basically, the question is now, at this point, can there be town-sponsored activities? Because I know that was one of the issues that we'd had. We weren't hosting any of that.
I think now that I would maybe email that Caitlin Sainer and just get an confirmation email from her that town-sponsored activities can resume
Okay.
at that building.
Okay.
All right, perfect.
I'll bring it back next week.
Thank you. That is all on here for old business. For new business, purchase of 2 new microphones. We have a quote here from Gail. It looks like 2 new microphones at $181 a piece for the media room. And recommended a capital project account for the expenditure of the public access upgrade account. So I would look for a motion to approve the purchase of 2 new microphones. Sorry. I am not sure. They're looks like the gooseneck, kind of what these are now. Is that what these microphones are? Replacement of 2 of these. So is there a motion on that?
I make a motion, we purchase 2 new microphones after confirming with the new media specialist at SRC TV that those will not interfere with anything that they do and that they will work well with their system.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor? Perfect. Discussion of the generator at the fire station. Chief Pelletier sent an email looking to donate a generator that was received as a donation from the Kennebunk Fire Department quite a few years back. At present, he believes that the town does not have a need for the generator. However, the town of Cornish Fire Department does. They're looking to use a generator as a backup power source for their fire communications tower, which also benefits the Limerick Fire Department when we respond to Sockby Valley area, as we use that tower as well. He's just looking for the proper procedure to make this happen, just so it can be utilized and just doesn't sit there anymore. I think there was a question as to if it was donated to us, if we need to have a town vote in order to get rid of that town asset.
I believe we do.
It's on here.
We have to get, if it's a town asset, the voters have to approve it.
Okay.
So that would be probably a 2-minute special town meeting in the next couple of weeks. If they want to wait till June, we can do it in June. I mean, we could do it in 5 minutes on a Monday night. I guess find out how quickly they want it,
Okay.
and
Well, we will reach out to Corner, see how quickly they need it, and if they need it sooner rather than later, we can look into doing a special town meeting. And John, do you have anything on the Win Griffith Road?
so the Win Griffith Road was at one time plowed by the town, so it was open to winter maintenance. I guess the Win Griffin, the gentleman that lived there, passed away many years ago, and the road, they just stopped plowing it because there was no houses on it. Now there is another house down there, so we need to add that to the plow contractors list, get a measurement and add the cost to the contract. So I make a motion that we add Win Griffith Road to be plowed up until the first house.
All right, motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Who measures that? The amount, the length? Do we just drive up and figure out one of us?
We could probably pull it off a tax map. It's not,
Oh, yeah.
it's, I think they own the whole corner. It's not that long.
Okay,
All right, so we will do that.
I'll let Jeff know.
And then we have signed notice of proceeds. It just looks like these are for the York County Registry of Deeds.
Yeah, there's a couple,
just-
I think there's a couple,
Looks like there's 4.
exceeds and a couple of none.
Okay. Perfect, so we will sign those, and then some municipal deeds to sign as well. I will pass those down for people to
Vote
review.
on them both, so.
All right, so I'd look for a motion to sign the notice of proceeds, and these are here if anybody wants to look at them. Is there a motion to sign the notice of proceeds?
I make a motion to sign the notice of proceeds.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? And is there a motion to sign the 2 municipal deeds?
I'll make a motion to sign the, is it 2?
Yes.
2 municipal deeds.
And is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion?
So those aren't, just so people know, those aren't lots we're selling. Those are lots that people had back taxes on that we foreclosed on that paid. Now we're just deeding them back to them now that they've paid all their back taxes.
All in favor? Oh,
The notice of proceeds, for those that don't know, those are lots that we sold, took all of our costs, got all of our back taxes on them, took all of our costs for legal fees and administration, and then now have to refund the proceeds to the person that owned the lot. I think some people out there are getting very surprised with some checks that they're getting for what these lots that they bought a long, long time ago are now selling for.
all right, we have a motion and a second, and all in favor? All right. There is nothing else on new business. Move to hearing of citizens.
This one here.
I knew that. I want to see you guys do it. How you doing? My name's Jim Whitman. I'm up on Rangy Road. At the top of the hill. I just have a couple things. If you guys have time, don't mind. Quick question. One, I'm trying to figure out why we paved that stretch from Route 5 down.
So, as far as I'm aware, on Rangy Road, you mean?
Yep, right from the stop sign down.
So the road commissioner selects the roads that are needed to be paved, from what I understand, and that went out to bid as one of the roads that need to be paved this year, and it got the first coat of pavement, and the second coat will be put on in the spring when weather allows for it, from my understanding.
So Rangy Road, I think that's the part that got paved, but needs to be reworked, that they're gonna redo, because it's,
No, I know that. I'm just trying to figure out why we paved it.
the road commissioner, every year drives around the roads and assesses those that need to be paved.
Yep.
In some cases, they're trying to let a road, there may be roads that are worse in town, but they may be too far gone. So they find, and I'm not saying this is the case, but you may see a road that's worse and say, geez, why did you pave the worst one? They're trying to save the road that they can save for less money now, as opposed to paving the one that's already all gone. So they make an assessment every year what roads to pave, and they figure out, based on what we budget, how many miles of road they can pave, and then they make a list.
Okay. I travel the road all the time. Speed limit's 35. It's a cut road, and I think everybody knows that. They don't do 35. I have a sheriff's deputy that lives with me, okay, and they fly down that road. The road really didn't need to be paved. A couple of potholes. I'm sure there's other roads in this town that are way worse than that road. Okay? And we paved it because, let me see, I talked to the road commissioner, and the reason they ground it up was it was cheaper, because they would have to shim the edges. Okay, so this is what he was saying, okay? We ground it up. When they ground it up, they raised the grade. So that means every resident that's on that property, you raise the grade. It might have been cheaper. It didn't solve the problem, because you're still gonna end up in a couple of years going for more money to fix this road. I just drove the road, and the frost heaves are unbelievable. If the road is buckling or cracking, you gotta take it up, you gotta dig it out, put a good base down, then do the pavement. We have 18-wheelers driving down that road. It says no through traffic, no through trucking. Reason being, it's a residential road. State roads made for these 18-wheelers, but yet they keep doing it, 10-wheelers, everything, and they just keep going back and forth. So I'm kind of mystified why I would spend money to do that when it's just going to get worse again, instead of fixing it for the next generation or our children that don't have to do this. So honestly, I think if you talk to the residents on that road, they would have been more than happy to patch it, slow them down, take the money, give it to the schools if they need it, the fire department. You follow me? So, and then we have it, the lines painted. 6 o'clock at night he goes by to paint the lines. Now this is my tax dollars and everybody else's here. You can't even see the lines now. 6 o'clock at night, I've been in construction for over 50 years. Roads, bridges, everything. Totally wrong, a waste of money. Which then brings us to the best thing of all, the plowing. And unfortunately, I say it the way it is. This plow guy does not know what he's doing, and he shouldn't be doing it. And I have his contract here. He's violated this contract quite a few times. And here, salt and sand. He's not using sand. He's using graded base. No, I'm sorry. He's using stone dust. Stone dust, it's from the quarry, okay? You're shaking your head, no. No?
Because I can take you down there and show you the pile. They used that last year.
You should.
This year it's changed. He changed to brown colored dirt material. I'm not gonna call it, I don't know what, it's not the gray stuff that they've used in the past couple of years.
That's right, it's not the greatest stuff. He's using.
It's not the gray stuff.
He's using stone dust. I've been in the quarry for 5 years. It's what comes from Carroll, okay? And if you could use it instead of sand, don't you think Carroll would be using it in his cement trucks? He's not, because you can't do it. It says sand here. He's not using sand. He had sand in this parking lot.
He doesn't do this parking lot.
Well, whoever did this parking lot used sand, okay?
Yeah, I
This-
don't want to argue, but we could leave here and go down and look at the pile. I could show you after we
You
leave.
sure can show me the pile.
It's not the gray stuff that they've used. The stone dust was more of a gray, and they
Do we
used
have
that for a few
receipts
years.
for sand?
Do we what?
Does he have receipts for sand? Coarse sand. Coarse sand. Because my problem is when you leave this town and you get to another town, the roads are fine. He's not using the right salt mixture and the right sand. Trust me, I've been doing it for 50 years. I know how to cut corners and where they cut corners. I was out there the other day when he was coming down with the blade looking to see if he's got shoes. I just left my house. The road, it's not even pushed back. The last storm, I drove all the way to Bedford. Everybody was already out, had their banks pushed back and knocked down. He doesn't know what he's doing. And he's basically stealing from everybody in the town. It's not sand. And it's not the right mixture.
Well, I would say you need to go down and look at the pile he pulls from.
I can sure will go down and look at the pile, okay?
Yeah.
Because I was out there when he went by the other night. And I saw it coming out of the back. He's not using sand, so please don't argue with me because I've been doing it for 50 years. I'm a
But
certified
I've
code
seen the
enforcement
pile.
officer.
I've seen the pile. Have you seen the pile?
Yes.
You have?
I have seen the pile.
Okay.
That doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean he's pulling from it. He could be taking it from there and putting it somewhere else and using something else. I'm telling you, I'm a certified code enforcement officer in the state of Maine. He's using stone dust. Knowing, and it's packing. You know what they use stone dust for? Brick pavers. Because it packs nice. Why do you think the snow's packed so hard on the ground? It's still there. You go over right into the next town over, we got bare pavement. I come through the other storm the other day, right through the stop sign, out on the Route 5. Now someone's got to call the state, and the state's got to come down and redo it because they're dragging the snow out. I don't know if he's running shoes on his blade or what's going on. He's not doing it right. And this contract should be canceled. And the other thing is I can't understand is the prices, $365,000. Okay. And then the next guy's $798,000, $419,000. I'm going, whenever you get prices like that and they're not close, something's wrong. Why are they so far apart? Something's up here. I don't know if anybody questioned it or not. And I know I'm not the only person complaining about this plow job. Sheriff's deputy can't even believe the roads in this town. He's over in Lebanon's area. But I don't see anybody doing anything about this. And why is he still doing a shitty job? Excuse my language. Anybody help me out here? No?
You don't want to hear it. So what do you want to talk about?
What do I want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about?
I want you to prove to me he's using sand. I want
Let's
to see
go
the slips.
down and see the pile.
No, I want the slips.
What?
I want to see the slips.
Oh. Okay, I'm sure he can get them.
Okay, let's get the slips.
He's buying sand from F.R. Carroll.
He's
They
using
bring it down.
stone dust.
He's not, but you don't want to hear it.
No, I don't want to hear it.
You
I'll
don't
tell
wanna hear
what. I will find a way to prove it, and then I will come back here and we'll let the rest of the residents in the town know because I know their roads are messed up. Okay, let's say goodbye. Let's say he is, okay? Tell me why when you cross the town line into another town, their roads are fine. Explain that one to me. I'm sorry I didn't hear it.
Well, I can tell you that Leamington pays for straight salt, and so does Waterboro. So Leamington and Waterboro spread straight salt. They don't use any mix.
Shapley doesn't use straight salt, so I'm gonna go for Shapley.
I know that Newfield uses pretty much, well, not straight salt, but they have built $1.5 million salt shed, and now town does pay for their salt. So
Bottom line, the guy plowing doesn't know what he's doing. I'm out on my front porch. He's coming up the hill trying to shift. Nobody in their right mind with a load. I'm coming up that hill would even think of trying to shift. So what's he do? He's going to start off slow, lifts his blades up. Everybody's going to learn. I don't have a problem with that. He leaves a mess in the middle of the road. You think he'd come around and clean it up? No. This guy does not know what he's doing, and he's stealing from the town. Okay? Do we want to keep arguing this? Or do we want to say, you're right. You pay taxes, and you're right. He's not cleaning the streets. Do we hear that? No? No, I didn't think so. Something's going on here.
The roads that I travel on he's gotten a lot better. Last year when they first started, there was some times.
There was nothing last year. This is a New England winter. It's a late winter. Last winter was just about nothing. Trust me. There's something going on here with this guy. He shouldn't be here doing this. And everything I read in here, he's not doing it by state regulations. Now, I don't know if I have to call the state and go from there, or what's going on. But this guy should not be plowing these roads. I come in here the other day after a snowstorm when I slid out. Told the Donnie was here. Very nice, very helpful. Yep, I'll call him and have him plow. That was at 10 in the morning. I got a camera in front of my house. Car can't go by. He didn't show up till 5:30 that night. So what's he doing? He's waiting for the sun to melt it. We're paying him $165,000, and he's waiting for the sun to melt it. Really? I get out Rangy Road, I get down to the bottom where the houses out in the field, and it's the only clear road. Why? Because God was good enough to give us wind to blow it off the road. Nothing? Nobody? Didn't think so. Heard this from everybody. Something's up with this guy, and I think something needs to be done about it. You guys don't want to do anything about it? That's fine with me. Anything?
What are you looking for?
What am I looking for? I'm looking for to make sure he is not plowing here again, because he doesn't know what he's doing. And God forbid, when I come out of my driveway, if I get nailed, I'm coming back. Or the wife, because the wife works at the sheriff's department, and she listens to it all the time. This guy is ripping us off, and nobody's doing anything about it. That's what I want to hear. He's not coming back. Because I don't know if we get to a town meeting or when elections come up or something, we got to start making a big do-whip-me-do about it. Like, I don't want to be here on my night doing this because this guy's not doing his job. And you go, oh, he's using sand. Don't tell me he's using sand. It's like putting lipstick on a pig and telling me it's beautiful or something. The guy doesn't know.
Let me ask you a question. We're almost done. Are you prepared to go down here and leave and go look at the pile? Why that's where the sand comes from.
Do you have a picture of him?
He's got one loader, and that's where he loads his trucks.
He's using stone dust. Trust me, the way the wind's been blowing, I can take you up and show you my yard. Why is it my driveway's clearer than the road? Why is it I'm spinning going up the hill? Oh, let me go back over here at Mike. This guy should not be plowing. Especially on these roads, and I'm telling you, someone's going to get hurt, or there's going to be an accident, and it's going to come back to this town. Especially when someone's here with experience over 50 years. We're telling you, what are we going to do? Start putting chains on the fire trucks and the ambulances to get them to the houses? Because there's an elderly person?
Next year it goes back out to bid. You should bid on it.
No, I don't want to bid on it. That's blood money. My days of plowing are over. But I'm smart enough to know what's going on. Okay? And how can he bid on it next year? He's got another year. But this contract was already null and void. Salt and sand, and he's not doing the right mixture. I'm sorry. Come on. Why can't you say it the way it is? Yes, sir, you're absolutely right. The roads stink. Why can't anybody say that? There's something going on here. I'm trying to figure this out. Help me. Help me. 60-40 sand mix. Okay, that's usually the rule of thumb.
What does the contract say?
Oh, the contract says it goes by pounds. Okay? And it doesn't matter. There's no salt in it. Because if there was salt in it, it'd be melted. It'd be looking like this parking lot. In how many days? Are we going to do something about this gentleman? No? Who's chairman of the board anyways?
Gil.
Oh, he's not here?
He's not here.
Are we going to do something with this gentleman? So I know when I leave here what I gotta do. What? No, seriously. Anything? Anybody? You gotta look into it, you gotta talk to him, we already did, there's other people who complaining about it. What? I don't know.
I mean, we can look into it. I'll go home and I'll review the contract myself, and we can look into it, and I can see what can be done. I mean, I don't.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just, I don't think we should be putting chains on the ambulances. There's a lot of elderly people on that road. Okay? And when I get a sheriff's deputy telling me, this is pretty bad, and then I get you telling me, something's going on. Something's wrong in this room.
Why aren't you willing to go down and look at the pile that he draws from? I don't understand it.
Why don't you?
I don't understand it.
Okay.
Why can't you go down and look at the pile that he draws from? Why are you afraid to do that?
I'm not afraid of it. Let's go. And then you come up to my house.
I'll follow you right up there.
You come up to my house, you look what's on the ground, and I'll show it to you.
I'll come right up there.
I worked at a quarry for 5 years, and you're trying to tell me, come on, really? Seriously? You gotta show me the slips. I wasn't born yesterday. He's using stone dust. It's compacting. You use sand, it won't compact. Okay? Excuse me. Your name, sir? I'm sorry.
Brady Connors.
Brady. Thank you. You look into it?
Yep,
It doesn't seem to be the only one right now. You want to fight fire?
I am.
Yeah. You understand? Going to an emergency or something, correct?
Yep.
Thank you. We'll look into it, take care of it, because this isn't going to happen again next year. I don't know. I'll get the whole town together or something. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Anyone else? Steve.
Just a couple of things. With all the snow that we've been having, it'd be nice to put a little thing out there, at least maybe on our webpage or something. Remind people to clear both their entrances so they can get out and we can get in out of both doors. Notice there's a lot of places where the front doors aren't. Yeah. And Brady, I won't put you on the spot, but the other morning was kind of hectic going to the fire.
What do you mean?
Cram Road. That's all.
I mean, Fenderson Road and Parsons Field was all, I mean,
Parsons Field, yeah.
the whole way from Limerick to Parsons Field, I will
went
agree it
about-
was not good, but
we
I
went
mean,
about 20 miles an hour, and that's the scary thing, what the guy's talking about. It's just, you can't be everywhere, I understand, but
Yep.
it was kind of hectic for us at 6 in the morning going to a structure fire, and you can't get over 20 miles an hour. All right, so that's the stuff that we.
I mean, I will say, I mean, I was
I'm gonna
in the passenger
tell you
seat.
that the state roads were way worse than the town roads.
No, I
The
understand.
state roads, and my suggestion's gonna be is the next time this goes out, the town starts buying the salt, and then they can put on any amount that they want, so everybody can have bare pavement when they ride around. This is New England, we have back roads. They plowed my road 7 times.
Oh, yeah.
7 times. It's bare right now.
No, that's.
And the state roads were 10 times worse, because I had to drive to Waterboro in it, and when my back road and everything is way better than the state roads, but no one ever says nothing about that. So from now on, when it comes out the next time, the town starts buying it like Newfield is doing it, and we start running hot loads so that the town has to pay for the salt, and then everybody can have bare roads.
Let's get a $500,000 salt shed too.
Yep, no, it's gotta be $1 million something.
Okay, all right.
Well, anyway, the town of Newfield mixes their sand and salt.
They also put a scoop on top.
Oh,
They mix sand and salt, and then they hot load it, they put a scoop right on top of it.
The town of Newfield buys every once in a while a load of straight salt so they can run that when it's icy. With the permission of the select board, okay? The problem with the town buying salt, it has to be regulated how it's used, all right? Waterboro, they ran into that, so if they want to use straight salt, the road commissioner gets involved. So that way other than that, the guy's going to use salt if we're paying for it. Straight salt, because that does the job. There's no question about it.
I will agree, Rangy Road is 35, but I can tell you right now,
Oh, it's 50.
they're not even, no, even now, they're probably going 55, 60.
Oh, yeah.
And everywhere that you go, they're going 25, 30 miles an hour over the speed limit.
And everybody knows that. And there's not enough people to do anything. Every road's the same way. you know what I mean? I mean, we've finally had, you know, quote, normal winter, you know what I mean? And it's hot, but a contract's a contract, and if you gotta hire 20 guys, you know,
No, he used stone dust last year, but he's got sand now.
Absolutely, and
we see the slips every week that come in for the salt, so he's definitely buying salt, and I don't think he's just leaving it sitting out there and not using it, he's putting it on.
But the interesting thing is, the contract before said you couldn't use stone dust. The last year we used it, he's back to sand now.
Well, it didn't say we couldn't use stone dust, it said they had to use an aggregate material.
Well,
Yeah, it was,
And Waterboro uses stone dust, and they have,
yeah, Lake Arrowhead
Really good roads.
uses
Yeah.
stone dust, because they got dirt roads, so they don't, you know, the sand, but, yeah, it's just continuous. It's something, but like I said, just going with the town, buying all the salt, you'd have to regulate, other than that, it'll bankrupt us, you know.
but the roads would be clear, and
They
everybody
want-
can
they
drive
want
60.
it.
Everybody can drive 60.
Well, you talk about the state roads, state won't use any sand at all. Sand has grit, okay, and we're in a place where you need a little grit every now and then. Salt is great, but at 10 below zero, salt's not working. All right, so now we're gonna require some magnesium and some chloride, all this other stuff. I don't think so. You know, it is Maine. You gotta grin and bear it a little bit. You know what I mean?
Anyone else? I see none. I look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
second.
All in favor? Thank you.